Imagine four worlds so strange and alive that they could each be their own sci-fi movie, and they're all orbiting Jupiter right now. Today, we're diving into the wild, mysterious family of Jupiter's biggest moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These worlds aren't just boring frozen rocks. One spews lava higher than Mount Everest, another might hide alien oceans, one has its very own magnetic field, and the last could be a time capsule from the birth of the solar system. By the end of this video, you'll see why scientists are obsessed with them, and why they might hold the key to life beyond Earth. Let's start with Io, the most volcanic place in the entire solar system. A world where the ground never stops exploding. Io is the closest of the Galilean moons to Jupiter, orbiting just 421,000 kilometers away, and because of that, it's being pulled and stretched by Jupiter's immense gravity every single second. Think of it like a stress ball being squeezed over and over, except this stress ball is an entire moon. That squeezing creates insane heat inside Io, and the result? The most volcanically active world in the entire solar system. Back in 1979, the Voyager spacecraft took one look at Io and saw something no one expected. Volcanic plumes blasting hundreds of kilometers into space. These weren't little eruptions, they were towering umbrella-shaped clouds of sulfur and ash, reaching higher than Mount Everest. Io's surface looks like a pizza gone wrong, splotches of yellow, red, and black, where lava and sulfur paint the landscape. And the crazy thing? There are barely any impact craters. That's because eruptions constantly resurface the moon, erasing the scars of asteroid impacts in less than 1 million years. Now, let's cool things down, at least on the surface, with Europa. At first glance, Europa looks almost boring compared to Io. It's smooth, bright, and covered in cracks that crisscross like shattered glass. But beneath that icy crust lies one of the most exciting possibilities in the entire solar system. A vast ocean of liquid water. We're talking about maybe 100 kilometers deep, more than twice the volume of all Earth's oceans combined. The surface is frozen solid, with temperatures around -160 degrees Celsius, but tidal heating, the same process that cooks Io, keeps Europa's hidden ocean liquid. Here's where it gets exciting. On Earth, life thrives in the darkest, coldest corners of our oceans, around hydrothermal vents where sunlight never reaches. If microbes can survive there, why not in Europa's hidden seas? Cracks and ridges on Europa's surface might even be spots where the ocean below leaks out salt or water, possibly erupting as giant plumes into space. If that's true, spacecraft could one day fly through those plumes and literally sample the water of an alien ocean without ever drilling through the ice. Then there's Ganymede, the heavyweight champion. Ganymede is so big that if it orbited the Sun instead of Jupiter, we'd probably call it a planet. It's even larger than Mercury. Inside, Ganymede is layered like Earth, a metallic core, a rocky mantle, and a thick shell of ice. But the wild part? Scientists think it could have multiple oceans stacked on top of each other, separated by layers of ice, like a cosmic layer cake of water and frozen crust. And here's a crazy point. Ganymede is the only moon in the solar system with its very own magnetic field. That means auroras, shimmering light shows, dancing in its thin atmosphere, powered by its interactions with Jupiter's immense magnetic field. It might even be home to the single largest water reservoir in the entire solar system. If Europa is the leading candidate for alien life, Ganymede isn't far behind. Finally, there's Callisto, the odd one out. Callisto orbits farthest from Jupiter, and at first glance, it looks like just another cratered rock. But here's what makes it fascinating. Callisto has barely changed since it formed over 4 billion years ago. Its surface is like a time capsule, preserving a record of the early solar system. Some models suggest Callisto might also have an underground ocean, but unlike Europa or Ganymede, it shows almost no signs of geological activity. In a way, it's the quiet sibling, scarred, ancient, and mysterious. And because it's farther from Jupiter's intense radiation, Callisto might actually be the safest place for future human missions. Scientists believe these moons all formed in a kind of miniature solar system around Jupiter, a swirling circumplanetary disk of gas and dust. But the details of how that process works are still debated. Why do the moons follow a pattern where the inner cores are rocky and dry, while the outer ones are rich in ice? How much did young, blazing hot Jupiter shape their destinies? These are questions missions like NASA's upcoming Europa Clipper and ESA's JUICE spacecraft are designed to answer. They'll fly by these worlds, scan their surfaces and interiors, and maybe, just maybe, catch direct evidence of life. If even a single microbe is found, for example, in Europa's oceans, it would change everything. Jupiter's moons are not just moons. They are volcanic hellscapes, frozen oceans, magnetic giants, and ancient fossils. Each one tells a different story about how worlds form, how they survive, and maybe even how they come alive. Together, they remind us that the solar system is far stranger and far more exciting than we ever could have imagined. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more space mysteries coming your way every week.